Today we've got another party look for you. It's a black smoky eye, obviously black smoky eye, with a golden accent because I like gold and I like smoky eyes, and I thought why not combine them for a party look. So yeah, it's actually a pretty easy look in terms of like it doesn't really have a lot of colors or a lot of techniques, I guess. Like the most work is just blending all the black. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so today I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade 24K Gold rather than the Crème de Rose one. Yeah, I finally remembered what it's called. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this with a short brush that I'm going to wipe off again because I just used it with black eyeliner for the other eye, obviously. But yeah, I'm just going to apply this with a small eyeshadow brush and concentrating this on the inner half of the eyelid. Not really just the inner corner, but just the inner half, and just sort of blending it outwards. Because I want it to be a smoky eye, but I do want it to have like a bit of color in it to make it more festive, and also because I love glitter. So yeah, once it's on there, I'm going to move on to black, and for that you could also use a Maybelline Color Tattoo. I do have one in black. Personally, I think it doesn't blend all that easily. Pardon, I don't think it blends all that easily. So I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo eye pencil instead, in the shade Black Bean, or in French Haricot Noir, which probably doesn't sound French at all, but yep. It actually says a French name on it, so I thought I'd just tell you. My nose piercing just... I'm not picking my nose, just putting my nose piercing back in place. Also, if you can see some sort of greenish tints in my hair, that's because I had makeup school today and we work on each other as students, and yeah, we did color blocking. So my face was painted with a lot of face paint and some of it ended up in my hair. Trust me, what I did to the other student was worse. But yeah, so that's why there's sort of green spots in my ear and around my piercings and in my hair, and yeah. I gotta take a shower after this. It's not a fashion statement, it's just because I still need to take a shower. But yeah, I'm just putting the black shade in the crease as well and just blending it upwards. And like it looks way better blended here than it will look here at first, because you know, like black eye pencil is sort of difficult to blend. Also, I am going to put it in the inner corner, but not too much because I don't want it to be too black there. And yeah, basically just blend it as far as that is really visible when you have your eyes open. So when you have your eye open, just put the brush there, make a mark, and then you know how high you need to go. Because otherwise you'll open your eye and you'll have, like, you can see the difference. Well, you can obviously see a lot of difference. But with the black to here, it actually lifts the eye, and with the black to here, it sort of makes it look more hooded, which is not what I'm going for. But yeah, I'm just going to blend it in, and yeah, that's basically it for the pencil. Okay, so I'm done on the upper lid with the pencil. Now I'm just going to use the side of the same brush. If you want it to be less smoky, you can just use a smaller brush, of course. And I'm going to put it in the outer corner at the bottom and connect it to the top part. I'm not putting it all the way to the inner corner, but I'm putting it pretty far to there. Because again, I want it to be smoky. And then just blend this part over here so it really looks smooth and like one single ID. Yeah, and then it's time to switch on to actual eyeshadow. Yeah, as usual, I think I pretty much not always say this, but I say this a lot of times when doing a tutorial. You don't have to use the same products that I use, just use whatever you have. And yeah, basically you don't need the exact same products to get the exact same effect. You just need to practice at it and, you know, try to have like products with a good amount of pigments. But yeah, that can be either cheap or expensive. This time I'm using sort of an expensive palette. This is the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. Actually, I don't know if they still sell it because they're already on to Vice 3 by now, or 4, I have no idea. But yeah, point is, I'm going to use this black eyeshadow over here, which has silver shimmers in it. It would actually even be better if you would find one with, if you would be able to find one with gold glitters. If you are able to find a good black eyeshadow with gold glitters in it, please tell me because I'm still looking for one. But yeah, just you're going to use an angled brush and the one with silver glitters. It's called Lovesick, by the way. And just darken up the crease with that. If you are using the same palette, then you probably already know this, but be careful with it because it has a lot of fallout if you're not careful. Just really carefully blending this to the inner part. And on the outer V. Like you don't have to go over every single tiny part of the eye pencil, like you don't have to set it with eyeshadow or anything. It just makes it more intense. And I'm also going to very carefully with the same brush really tap it off and everything. Put that on the outer corner and really carefully blend it inwards. To make it smoky but not too smoky. And yeah, from that part onwards just blend it up until it's, you know, like this, properly blended. Well, pretty much properly blended. I can still practice at blending. Then on to a why aren't you focusing? Okay, that was weird. But yeah, then it's on to a different palette. This is the Catrice Absolute Matte palette. And I'm just going to highlight with it with a short eyeshadow brush because it fits exactly underneath the arch of my eyebrow here. And I'm going to use the nude shade. If you have a very pale skin, like I'm fake tan right now, but if you have a very, very fair skin, then it's probably better to use the white one. But on me the white one looks very, very, very white right now, so I prefer to just use this one. Because otherwise it gets a bit too much, I think. And just blend it out. And I'm also with the same brush just going to use the same color on the inner corner. I'm not putting it over the gold too much because I don't want to cover it. But I just want this corner to be a little bit lighter. And it just really opens up the eyes a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to do eyeliner first. Instead of the one I always use, the Estee Lauder, however that's pronounced, I don't know how that's pronounced. You get which one, you know which one I mean. I always use it, the Pure Color one. Instead of that, I'm going to use the Max one this time, which is from a Dutch budget store called Action, and I think it's their own brand. I mean, it's the only store I've ever seen this brand. But it's also a black pencil. The only difference with the Estee Lauder one is that this one doesn't stay on my eyes all day. This one fades off within a few hours, but it is actually one that I use quite a lot when I'm going to some place where I can just, you know, easily touch up my eyeliner every now and then. Or if I'm just using it for, you know, one single video. And the Estee Lauder one is really useful for when you really want it to be in place all day. But yeah, as you can see, this one is just really black as well. And I'm also just going to tightline with it to really make it all dark and smoky. Also, this one is like 50 cents, euro cents, rather than 22 euros, which is rather a difference. And as you can see, it is still very black. Yeah, then I'm going to use Cake Eyeliner by Catrice, the Wet and Dry one, and the NYX Jumbo eye pencil just fell to the ground. And I'll just put it there. And a sort of eyeliner-ish brush, the angled one. I'm never quite sure what to call this because I use the one I use in the crease. I always also call that an angled brush, but yeah. This type of brush, and I'm just sort of, I'm not really dragging a line. Just sort of patting it on there. Oh, actually I forgot a step. Oh, that's so dumb. Yeah, the next step actually was supposed to be adding glitter, which is actually an optional step. As you can see, I did a sort of like, you know, you can go like, I'm also using the Makeup Revolution spray, by the way. And just spraying it on the brush off screen because otherwise I'll hit the camera. But the point is, yeah. You could sort of, like, you could do like more glitter than I did. You could leave out the glitter as a whole if you just don't want to add glitter. I'm using eBay glitters. It's really up to you. I like glitter, but for this particular look I didn't want it to be too much. So I'm only adding a little bit on the part that I already made gold and sort of leaving the inner corner open. And then there's a really tiny amount on the black. Just so that there's a bit of glitter, but not like a huge amount of glitter. Because I still wanted it to be a little bit classy this time, sort of. But yeah, I just love glitter, so I didn't want to not use glitter at all. But yeah, if you don't like glitter, then, you know, just not use it. And then back to the eyeliner. It is actually important to do the glitter first and then the eyeliner, because, you know, it's supposed to be on top of the glitter and not underneath it. And really, because I want it to be smoky, I'm just spreading it on. I'm not like, it's a wet and dry cake eyeliner, so I'm just using it dry now. And I'm going to use falsies later. So that's why I really do want some blackness here, because otherwise, obviously, you're really going to see the lash band. Yeah, and then it's actually time for false lashes. As usual, I'm going to apply them off screen, but I do really want to show you what lashes I'm going to use this time, because I'm going to use these ones. I finally bought new eyelashes. These are the Street Siren ones by Eyelure from their Hollywood Glamour collection. I think there's a limited edition for the holidays. Really cute packaging, and it opens up like this. And then you have 3 sets of falsies. I'm already wearing one, obviously. But yeah, I bought this one because here in the Netherlands, it's Douglas. It's at least where I got it. I have no idea where else to sell it. But this was 16 euros, I think, and one single pair of Eyelure lashes was like 8 euros. So, you know, this is way better value. And yeah, they're all really pretty. Like the first ones are pretty, you know, still subtle. The next ones are very, very, very awesome for parties. And yeah, these ones are also very cool for parties, but a little bit less dark, I guess, than the ones above it. I'm still going to use the ones above it for another tutorial, by the way. But for now, I'm just going to use these. And I'm also going to use the eyelash glue that came with it. And yeah, I'll just put them on and then tell you what I think about them. Okay, so what can I tell you about it? I really like the lashes. I don't like the lash glue all that much, honestly. I might just be spoiled because I always use the Peggy Sage eyelash glue, which is basically the best eyelash glue I ever tried. The only other one I tried before that was the Essence one, so yeah. But still, I do actually like, I would use it. I'm definitely going to, like, there was 2 of these little sample tubes in there. Definitely going to use them because they do work, but they sort of work. I mean, it's already getting loose here. You really need quite a lot of it to work, but you don't, like, you shouldn't wait for it to dry because then it just doesn't work anymore, and yeah. I don't know, it's just not very much a good eyelash glue, I think, personally. I do sort of like it in the sense that it's probably very easy to remove from the eyelashes, so you could easily reuse them. But if I really would be wearing them for an entire evening, I would probably not use this eyelash glue because I don't have very much faith in it. But yeah, what I'm going to do also is just use the cake eyeliner again and the brush. Just to connect, like, the front part of the eyelash really with the eyelid. Just so there's no, like, gap between there where it suddenly goes paler. It was probably, like, it would work even better with gel liner or liquid liner to really make it look sort of natural-ish. But then it wouldn't be smoky anymore, so I'm keeping it at this. Yeah, then I'm going to move on to mascara. For which I'm going to use the Catrice Glamour Doll one, which is the one that I always use when using falsies. Personally, I have my eyebrows tinted black. Like my eyelashes tinted black. So I'm only going to apply this to my lower lashes. If you do have blonde eyelashes, then I would recommend using some mascara to, you know, make sure that you don't see your own lashes in front of the falsies. But, you know, false eyelashes do last longer if you don't put mascara on them, so I'm not going to. Yeah, and then I'm just going to move on to blush and lips. Okay, the blush I'm going to use is Autumn Peach by Essence, because I sort of want to use a sort of, I already applied it to this side of my face. I sort of want to use a natural looking blush and not a very dark one, because, you know, the eyes are already very dark and out there, and, you know, I want to keep the rest of it sort of, well, not the rest, I'm going to put the red lipstick on the lips, but I want to keep the cheekbones sort of natural-ish looking. Point is, I'm going to use a large angled contour by Sigma, which is what I always use as a blush brush. I don't think I've ever actually used it for contouring, despite the fact that it's actually supposed to be meant for that. But yeah, I'm just applying a good amount of blush, but because of the color it's still going to look sort of natural. And I always put it between the shaper and the highest point of my cheekbone, and then just blend it and sort of blend it to the front and blend it upward and just blend it until it looks nice. I'm not going to put on any highlight this time because the eyes are already very shimmery and I sort of want the focus to be on that and not on the cheeks necessarily. Also, like, my cheekbones are already defined because of the shaper, so yeah. So then on to lipstick. Lipstick I'm using is this one by Tease, which is one that gets sold at a budget store here in the Netherlands called Big Bazaar. I don't think it's their own brand, so I'm pretty sure you could get this in other countries. Made in China, Pink Cosmetics London. Well, it's probably also available in England then. But yeah, it's just really nice the red shade, which I think looks very good with gold, is what I'm trying to say. It also dries sort of matte, which is nice. And on me, even though this thing was only 99 euro cents, it actually can last throughout the whole dinner. I mean, it won't look absolutely perfect anymore, but it does still look decent afterwards. So this is the complete look. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye! Okay, unlike usual, today I'm not going to start out with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Crème de Rose. Yes, I finally remembered the name. Instead I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Infinite White.